La 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 la, love is love. La 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 la, love is love. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about la 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 la, love is love.
Hi, good morning. This is Andrea, and this is our reborn nest. David is filming.
Hello.
Okay, so we are sitting in our living room. We just changed, and we reweighed this little Coletti girl. So she is completely floppy the way I like it, and she's got a nice little bottom, really nice. And I used the baby fat. And what I do is I don't use just baby fat. We do about 2/3 baby fat and 1/3 the fine crystal stuff that I use for all the other things like the arms and limbs and stuff. And I didn't like how heavy she was, so now she's a little bit lighter, but she is so cute. Look at her. Look at the veining in her face. I don't know, can you see that, David?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
I mean, she's got such detail. And to tell you, I mean, I never thought I would be into like a bigger baby. But like my friend Anasha says, you will love a bigger baby. And I think I like her so much because she's a sleepy baby. So I think to me that really makes a big difference when it comes to the size of the baby. And here's a little other passy that of course she can't take because she doesn't have an open mouth. Here's her mouth right there. Look at her lips. They're just awesome. Look at that. I tell you,
Can't reach any further.
you can, okay, can you see it? Okay, I'll bring her over. Look at her, how floppy she is. She was such a good find. And to all newcomers out there, first of all, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, for being here. I hope my channel will give you some information that you're looking for. If not, if there's a topic that you would like me to discuss, please let me know. Because my channel is not just to talk about my babies, but it's also to talk about my life and my family and my hobbies and the babies, of course. So that being said, you know, if you're new to the channel, not to the channel, but to the reborn community, or if you're thinking about being a reborn collector, start out slow. Start out with maybe not spending more than maybe $300 on a baby, because you don't really know if it's something that you will into or if it's just a fleeting thing. And these dolls can be really expensive. They can range from $300 to $8,000 for just a reborn, and it goes even higher for silicone babies. So, you know, go slow, buy on eBay because you have a money back guarantee, and just kind of like follow your heart. You're not gonna know in advance what kind of baby you like. So, you know, if you find one and you love it, and I mean, you buy it and then you get it and it's not really what you like. If it's just a weight that you don't like, you can always change that. It's very intimidating to begin with. But after the first or the second time, it gets better. And if you have a partner that can help you, that's even easier to do. The only thing that I will never do again, and that is the magnet in the mouth. If you are really set on a baby with a pacifier, make sure that there's a magnet. Do not try to do this yourself. That's my personal opinion. All this what I'm talking about right now or in this vlog is going to be my personal opinion. because so much can go wrong. If anybody tells you it's so easy, it's not easy. Trust me.
And the first one we did was, what, a $950 baby?
Yeah, $950.
And here we're opening it up without knowing what in the world we were getting ourselves into.
Right. And you can get the glue on the hair, you can get the glue on the face, you can get the glue on your fingers when you stick the passive and you stick the magnet inside, and if all of a sudden you can't get your finger out. I mean, there's so much that can go wrong, and I tell you, we were sweating bullets because you can ruin a $950 purchase just by getting glue on this baby. So why? It's like, to me, that's a complete deal breaker, completely. As far as what you need, to start your collection, you really don't need much. A place to sleep, maybe a pod, or I have like this, what do you call those? Baby, I can't even remember.
Baby pillow.
Yeah.
Oh, the big pillow.
I can't even remember what it's called now. Or you can get a bassinet, a boppy pillow, that's what it is. These are like maybe $50, with a cover. Or you can get a bassinet, it's also $50. If you get a stand, it's a little bit more. A couple of baby outfits. If you are into role playing, you can get a bottle, pacifiers, stuff like that. And that's it. And just kind of like take a look and see how you feel, because this hobby can get very expensive. It is very time consuming if you have a channel. And it's kind of like you are like this hamster on a wheel that will never stop running and never stop always looking for another baby. Because once you've been lucky with a baby, and I've been lucky a few times, you're always, you know that it's out there. You know you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for your perfect baby. It's not necessary. Speaking of that, I have been really quiet in this community for the last few months in regards to what's going on in the community, with the back and forth of insults being thrown back and forth, and it's always the same people, and it's always they don't have the courage to really text people or email them and do things privately, and to say, what, this is not okay, or I feel you insulted me or whatever. No, what they do is they go and do a vlog and they use the word you, or they. They do this and this, and we do that and that. Like there's like two divides in the community. We all know there's two divides, but by you making a video like this, it doesn't help. And I'm not going to be doing the you and the they. I'm not. I'm going to talk specifically about 3 different people. One is Kelly. Kelly, I watched your video yesterday, and a couple of things that you said in there I don't agree with, and I think that are not correct. One is you used the word hater, the other side of the group, like me, that we use the word haters all the time. Which is not correct, which is not true. And to prove that, I will be making a video today of everybody that is in your side of the aisle that has been using the word hate and haters, referring to our side of the group on a continuous basis for the last 4 months. We don't use the word hate. I don't like the word hate. This is a doll channel, a doll community, a doll hobby, and the word hate has no business in this. So I would appreciate you not throwing the word hate around, that we use the word hate. If you have proof that we say it on a continuous basis, please make a vlog about that. Another thing is, talking about the high-end dolls and elitism. Let's forget about elitism, the word elitism, because that word is completely incorrect. Because what I think what is going on is you are having kind of like a superiority complex, like thinking that you're better. And the reason I say that is because what you were trying to explain yesterday in your vlog, you completely missed the mark, because you started saying, when I started my collection, I only collected quote unquote reborns, and I spent maybe $100 or maybe more, and then I went up and up and up and up, and till I could afford what I really wanted, and then the silicones came around, and I was fortunate enough that I could afford a silicone. So does that not sound like bragging? I mean, to me, that is complete bragging. I mean, if I say to somebody, okay, when I was 25, I bought a car and had 100,000 miles on it because I just got out of college and I couldn't afford anything. And then when I was 35, I was well set in my career and I bought an Audi. It was my first Audi. I was so happy. But no, I'm 55 or 60 and now I can afford a Mercedes because I have made it. That is complete bragging. That is complete feeling like you're superior to other people. And that's really what it sounds like to me. And no, you don't need to be a long-time collector, a long-time member of this community to understand what collecting dolls means. Can I afford a silicone doll? Absolutely. I can put that on my American Express tomorrow. Fortunate for me and for David is I don't it's like I don't need a $10,000 doll to make me happy. If that's what makes you happy, good for you. It's like I find that very sad because what makes me happy is my family, my friends, my home, the reason the fact we're healthy. That's what makes me happy, not this doll hobby. The whole doll hobby is a very, very small part of my life. It's not the center of my universe. It's just not. So that brings me to the when you said that you like to be friends with everybody and you like to subscribe to everybody, but you don't have the time. I beg to differ because you were actually the first one to jump on the bandwagon when this whole thing with Inez happened, and weren't really honest. You weren't really fair when it came to what really went on. You went on her side immediately without even talking to me, without knowing me, and sent me the most horrible comment on my channel. You didn't know me from Adam, period. You didn't. You knew one side and you went with that. And then when I tried to explain it to you on your channel on a comment, you blocked me. So no, you are not. You are just in for what makes you feel good, what makes you look good, being with the people that have the high-end dolls, and talking about the stuff that you buy from Jacqueline, that you buy $100 baby outfits. Fine, no problem. But then own it and say, you know what? I buy $100 baby outfits from France, and I have a $10,000 doll. Then you merchandise this through your channel. Why do you have to say this is from Jacqueline and this is from Jacqueline? I never hear you say this is from Target or this is from Walmart. So clearly, you have a superiority complex, clearly. And then underneath your video, there was Jen that commented, what did she say? I'm just paraphrasing now. Well, if people would not be unemployed, if they would just work for their money and save their money, maybe they could have a doll like that too. Really, Jen? Weren't you the one? And this is an assumption on your part, saying that everybody that wants a doll like that doesn't have one because they're unemployed. Really? Aren't you the one, and that's no fact, aren't you the one that said in your video that that your partner, or you called him your husband, that you are now divorced from or separated or whatever the situation is, that he supported you for years, and and that's not a problem. So you need to just sweep in front of your own door and don't make assumption about other people's finances.
If you brought a $10,000 doll into this house, I don't care if we can afford it or not. All I want to know is, where would you be sleeping tonight?
Yeah, exactly. It's just insanity. It's complete insanity what's going on. that people think that this is completely fine and completely rational to do that. That's complete, it's, and anybody that believes that can just click off and just go over to Kelly's channel, because I have no interest in this. Is not the kind of collecting I'm doing. Another thing that I really find completely unappealing too is for the sculptors or reborn artists, like and this is now gearing towards Katie and her video that she did yesterday, where she got a box of gifts from Laura Lee Eagles, because Katie, this is her favorite artist, and which is fine. We all have our favorite artists. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm all over the place. But if you spend $10,000 or $5,000 or $15,000 on dolls over the years, from one sculptor or one artist, don't you think you should get something for that money that you spend? The reason I'm saying that is because, when we were living in Burbank, I was working for a lighting designer called Laura Lee Designs, and we used to have really high-end clients. Like, our lighting was like in BB King restaurants and Meredith Vieira's whole house has got our lighting. So when we would get like $50,000, $100,000 orders from clients, and the lighting was all sent out, it was all hung up, we would always send these clients gifts as a thank you. Thank you for thinking of us. Thank you for giving us the trust to beautify your home, and please come back, and we appreciate you. So this is, and then when I see this box opening with all these things, that every item has got Laura Lee Eagles written on it, so it's kind of like a promo. It's like she's doing advertising through Katie, which I think is so, it's so distasteful. I think, it's like doing a commercial for Laura Lee Eagles, doing this box opening, because every item that came out of that box had her name on it. And to me, that's not really a gift. To me, that's like self-advertising on her part. But I think every artist that has regular clients that buy really high-end dolls from them should send their clients a gift as a thank you. I don't think that's really too much to ask. That's just my personal opinion. The reason I'm so upset over this whole thing about this can we afford, can we not afford, what doll is more, like you have a less expensive doll than this person, is I never even thought about that until this whole thing with Ines came up. And the one thing that I will never in my life will forget is Tasha saying to me, or saying to Katie, or saying to her whole group of friends in her life, Andrea should be thankful that she has JC, because that's the only doll that is worth having in her whole collection. That came out of her mouth, and I have plenty of witnesses that heard that. And I can probably find that video, but I have no interest in doing so. So, so this superiority complex started with that side of the group, and it's still there. So, don't twist everything around. Another thing that I want to bring up to people that are new to the community is, please don't ask YouTube channel creators or collectors to send you a free doll or a Happy Meal. Me personally, you can ask. I don't get offended by that. I'll just say no, because these dolls are very expensive. Like I was saying before, they run between $300 and $8,000. They are not. This is an adult hobby. I work hard for my money, and this is a hobby that I have to substitute the fact that we can't travel right now because we have a dog that's older. He has anxiety. We don't have anybody to take care of him. So I came across this hobby. I've always loved babies. I've always loved dolls. I've always loved dolls. So to me, it's not just a doll. To me, I have attachments to these babies, and if somebody asks me to give that to them, I'm like, what? No. But there are other people in the community that will get offended, and they will get really upset. So don't ask, because that's not okay, and don't ask for Happy Mail, because Happy Mail is being sent to people that are friends of ours, that have been friends of ours in the community for a while, that support us in our channel. When we see something, we think about them and we buy it and we send it to them. Or maybe newer channels that come on and and subscribe to you. We want to send them something to say, hey, welcome, we're glad you're here. Here's a little something to make you feel welcome. That's what the Happy Mail is about. Now I want to talk very briefly about this doll magazine issue. That Shelby brought up the other day, where this word search was in this doll magazine, and when you figured out the doll search, it came out to, or the clue was related to 2 reborn artists that were being attacked in one way or the other in this magazine. And the editor of the magazine had to backpedal and send an apology out there for doing that and not, fact checking this. To me, that is unacceptable. It doesn't matter if she apologizes or not. When you run a magazine that is a worldwide magazine and you are the editor and you do not fact check and you send it to press, that is a big problem. That is a one-time mistake, a one-time too many mistake. And backpedaling doesn't help, because the words are out. The information is out there, and you can't unhear what you heard. You can't unread what you read. So for that, I will not ever buy that magazine, because clearly they don't take their job very seriously. So let me see. I think that's about all I wanted to say. I will be. I still have to change my JC, which is is my IBJC sculpt. She's still in her Halloween outfit, but I wanted to make this video right now because I watched a couple of channels last night, and I was a little blown away at this, because I have been really quiet and I haven't said anything about any of this group of Ines, Shannon, who is in there, Tasha, Kelly, Katie, Ines, this whole group. I haven't said not one thing, and it keeps on. I don't understand what the reason here is. I mean, why don't you find some content, really? Why don't you talk about your dolls or your life or whatever, and stop with the word hate. Nobody's using it here but you, so stop with that. I don't like it. It's not appropriate, and I really don't appreciate it. And please stop with, oh, the newer channels don't know what's going on. You know what? I'm almost 60 years old. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to pick out a doll and to know what they like. That's really, my take on the whole thing. You don't need to be in the community for 10 years to know. If somebody is putting you off, then that's it. And, if somebody has only a silicone doll and they don't even have a reborn, just a silicone doll, and all they talk about is the clothing, changing clothing, and talking about the clothing from this French company and a silicone doll, there's not very many people that can relate to that, because there's very few people that are willing or able to spend $10,000 on a doll. So the only people that you will have on your channel are the fine few between that will have it, and the fine few between that wish they did but can't, and therefore live through you in their fantasy land. The majority, 90% of the people in America collect like me. Very ordinary, and we are very happy with that. Um, um, there was one other thing. Hold on 1 second. There was one other thing I wanted to just briefly touch on. What was it? About the what's about the babies? Like if somebody asks you, for instance, how much you pay for your babies, like how much was that baby? I don't take that as being rude either, because a lot of people that ask that are people that are brand new to the community or maybe are thinking about a reborn. They have no idea how much these reborns are, and then to say, well, you know what, go online and educate yourself. I would never say that. My channel is here to educate, and if my channel is not here to educate, what am I here for? Just to show off? No. So if somebody wants to know how much the babies are, I will gladly tell them how much every one of my babies is, and because they need to know. You need to know what's out there. You need to know the prices without having to go on a Google search. That's what my channel is about. Information, some fun, talking about the clothing, talking about David, talking about our dog, talking about our life. If you have questions, feel free to ask, whatever. The only thing that I will not talk about is like our personal finances, where we're traveling to, because until we are already there, because of safety concerns and things like that, and our children off limits. But other than that, you can ask anything, really. Right, David?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah, we are a completely open book. And we are, we don't lie. We will always tell you the truth. We are very proud of what we have accomplished in our life. I am very proud of what I have accomplished as a first generation immigrant in this country. And, it's been a long, hard road, but I'm here and I'm happy, and the happiness does not include a $10,000 baby or an $8,000 baby or $5,000 baby for that matter. She is perfectly fine, and she costs a fraction of that, which, and the rest I will put towards a trip that we can both enjoy, me and David, because it's not just me in this relationship, it's also my husband, and we have a daughter in college, and so that works for us, and I think that should be good enough for everyone. And I'm not saying don't watch other people have higher end dolls, but just be mindful that this is a very small percentage of people that can afford that, and if you are one of those people, good for you. If you're not, then that's okay too. We are all in this together, and we all collect for different reasons. So with that, I wish you a happy Sunday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock in Atlanta right now. We're gonna have a really cold couple of days coming up, and I will be maybe heading to Starbucks in a minute. Thank you so much for watching. David had his MRI on Friday. We'll get his results tomorrow. He's feeling a little bit better, right, David?
No, I don't get, my appointment isn't until the 22nd.
Right, but I think they'll tell you over the phone, don't you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, they give you some pain medication already, so they must have found something. So anyway, so we'll keep you updated there. For everyone that is concerned and always ask about him, thank you so much. It's so appreciated. We love doing this together. We love our little group of friends we have on here and all the people that support us. It really makes it so much nicer and
Fun.
more fun, exactly. So we like to give a special shout out to all of you guys. And to the new people, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned. There's more to come. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. And be kind to one another and let your love multiply. Take care.
Sous le ciel bleu